Saudi King Salman travels the world with his 800 servants, including 150 of them are his private chefs. Whenever the world's most important people travel, an entire army travels with them. Like when American President Donald Trump travels, his motorcade, his plane, and his bodyguards, as well as Secret Service officers, also travel with him, who keep the President of the United States safe in any corner of the world. If any other person other than the President of the United States enjoys such a protocol during his journey, he is Saudi King Salman bin Abdulaziz. In all the kingdoms of the world, King Salman bin Abdulaziz, the king of the most important throne, is the owner of $1.4 trillion. Wherever King Salman travels in the world, the whole world finds out that someone is really traveling. King Salman did not have to face any kind of pain in any corner of the world, so he had dozens of aircraft with him, his own servants, chefs, family members, and his family. And even his protocol cars also travel with King Salman. In March 2017, Saudi King's private Boeing 747 landed in Indonesia for a 9-day tour. This was Saudi King's first diplomatic tour in Indonesia in the last 46 years. This Shahana tour became the center of news headlines all over the world. King Salman has 2 Boeing 747s, 1 Boeing 757, 200 Boeing 777, 300 Boeing 787, 8, and Airbus A340-200, which are only for King Salman's journey alone. His sons, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and other family members have their own separate planes. Boeing 747 is such a commercial aircraft in which 600 people can travel at the same time. But for King Salman alone, this entire Boeing 747 is not enough. It is a plane that is not less than a flying palace. Because this plane does not have seats, but a luxury bedroom, conference room, toilet, dining area, sitting area, and kitchen are also fitted. In general, King Salman does not feel at all during the journey that he is in his palace or in an aircraft, because all of his planes are not less than a palace. Talking about luggage, a normal person carries a luggage of 20 kilograms during the journey in an aircraft. But King Salman is finally a king. He carried 506 tons of luggage on his Indonesia tour. Yes, a total of 5,006,000 kilograms, in which his 2 private limousines and a gold-plated escalator were also included to get off the plane. This magnificent luggage did not come in the aircraft in which he himself was boarding. Rather, this luggage was transported to Indonesia in 7 different aircraft, which is the king's plane. King Salman's luggage was in front and behind the plane. In addition to King Salman, another 1,500 people also came from Saudi to Indonesia, for which 36 aircraft were arranged separately. King Salman broke all the records of his comfortable and magnificent lifestyle on his Indonesia tour. According to the cargo company that had transported all this luggage from Saudi to Indonesia, he received the help of 570 workers in all this. And in such a short time, this cargo was transported to Indonesia with the king. This was not the first story of the great journey of the Saudi king. For his 4-day tour of Japan, 2 golden escalators, 10 aircraft, and 100 limousine cars from Saudi Arabia went to Japan with King Salman. And for his stay in Japan, King Salman and his entire team were booked in the best hotels in Tokyo, 1,200 luxury suites. A few 5-star hotels were emptied completely. Only King Salman's people and relatives were kept in them. About 400 luxury cars were hired for King Salman's French tour for his protocol. Even the president did not get so much protocol. Russian President Vladimir Putin, who is considered to be the safest person in the world, when King Salman went to Russia to meet him, he also took with him 1,000 kilograms of food. King Salman's royal furniture and carpets were also brought from Saudi Arabia. When King Salman's royal team came to Moscow City, the 2 largest hotels in the city were emptied. The people whose bookings were already available were also cancelled, and the king and his team were left there. On this trip of only 4 nights, King Salman spent $3 million, which he gave blindly. King Salman is famous for taking his entire palace with him wherever he goes. Despite spending so much money, King Salman's golden escalator broke down in front of the entire media while getting off the plane, because of which King Salman had to face a lot of embarrassment. But finally, he had to get down the stairs with the help of his legs. In 2014, when King Salman was in America, he was in the United States. When King Salman went to meet President Barack Obama, he also had to go on that trip lightly. All the 222 rooms of the famous Four Seasons Hotel in Washington, D.C. were not only booked, but the entire hotel was turned into a palace in a flash. Before King Salman reached Washington, D.C., the Four Seasons Hotel was turned into a golden. Special golden items were ordered from Saudi Arabia, including golden furniture, carpets, lamps, bedsheets, golden chairs, and even the king's throne. The golden hair tracks were also ordered from Saudi Arabia. It had even reached the point that red carpets were also laid in the parking lot of the hotel so that King Salman would not have to put his feet on the ground. This was the story of the Saudi king. While walking on his father's way, the Saudi prince was no less than anyone. When Prince Mohammed bin Salman went to Los Angeles, he also booked the entire 285 suites of the Four Seasons Hotel. Not only the suites, but the entire hotel was also given Arabic taste. From the globe light to the hotel menu, it was changed. And that too for a few nights. In this whole process, Mohammed bin Salman spent $2 million. But the amazing thing was that Mohammed bin Salman himself did not stay in this hotel for a single night. Rather, he booked a separate private palace for himself. This entire 285 suites hotel was booked only for the team that came with him. And this tour was also not the first tour of Mohammed bin Salman's wealth. In 2014, a similar tour was also done by the Crown Prince of Maldives when 3 whole islands were booked for him. To get there, Mohammed bin Salman boarded a private yacht, which also had an army of his bodyguards around it. On those 3 islands of Maldives, the Crown Prince and his special people were also invited to wander somewhere else. On this tour, Mohammed bin Salman spent $30 million. Let me tell you that when King Salman bin Abdulaziz visited France in 2015, 100,000 people protested against King Salman. Because in the middle of France, where King Salman's villa was located, it was closed to the public. And in the middle of the public, only King Salman's entry was allowed. And for that, elevators were installed. Please type a comment in the comment section about the video and also like the video. See you in the next wonderful video. Goodbye.